Well, good Tuesday morning to you all. My name is Ryan again with Michigan Storm Chasers. Here's an update video regarding the next 2 days worth of potential showers and storm activity here in the state of Michigan. We're going to start the day off here by saying we do have some showers and storms that have prompted a flood warning up here by Manistee. In this little green box here, you can draw it out just barely on the screen. You can make it out on the screen. I'll draw it out for you though. This is going to be your flood warning in effect here until right around 12:30, I believe, today. For the Manistee area, we have some showers and storms that have been training over that one particular area. Any one of these areas up here may see some heavy rain, a lot of lightning with this, but no severe weather is expected with these storms. These will move to the east-northeast as the morning goes on towards that Gaylord area. No severe is expected once again. All right. Now, looking at the forecast for the rest of the day, for the rest of the state, we do have the entire, well, we're going to say almost the entire state here within a general thunderstorm risk, which is going to be that lighter green color here. So if you live over on the east side, you see Detroit, you see Flint here, Saginaw, Alpena, Sheboygan, Sault Ste. Marie. Those areas don't have that general thunderstorm risk. So for right now, we're going to expect storms isolated in nature to be on the western half of the state and also most of the UP there, except that Sault Ste. Marie side, the east side of the UP there. So anywhere you see this light green color, it just indicates we're going to see potential for general thunderstorms today. And we do have a severe risk that does brush up here in toward the Ironwood area in the far western UP. So if we're going to get any type of severe weather in the state today, it's likely going to be up here in the UP towards the western half. Damaging winds and large hail will be the only concerns, and that is a very low risk up there today. All right, we're not too concerned about it. We're keeping an eye on it just in case, so we're always watching here. All right, looking at the model for today, we're going to look at the HRRR, which has a pretty good handle on things right now. We see the scattered rain up there currently up by the Manistee area. But as we move throughout the day here, we're going to see a few other areas that try to pop up some showers and storms here. Here's your western UP, and then here's just some general showers, potential for some type of lightning or thunder today with any of these storms. Nothing too major is expected today. As we get into the evening hours, overnight hours, look to the west. We have a decaying line of storms. We don't expect that to be severe. I know we've been talking about that squall line that we could see Tuesday evening. It does not look to be menacing here for Michigan, but we could see some showers and storms work their way through late into the early morning hours of Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, the SPC does have a level 1 risk in eastern Michigan there in dark green, but still the entire state is in the general thunder risk. But in terms of severe weather here for Wednesday, looking at areas from the thumb toward Bad Axe down to a line for about Coldwater. All right. So areas like Lansing, Jackson, Detroit, Port Huron, Flint, you guys are all within this level 1 risk here. I know a lot of the questions are, is it going to shift? Can it shift? Is it going to upgrade? Et cetera, et cetera. Right now, let's go ahead and dive into models to see what we're seeing. All right. So as this decaying line approaches, we just left this model, go right back to it. Zoom in here. This is what we're kind of watching from the west here. We're going to have this line of storms that does develop here. Now, typically speaking, a summertime pattern, this would hold out and it would trek across Wisconsin into Michigan. It could be a damaging bow echo, but the upper level support for this doesn't look to be as promising as what we were expecting, say 4 or 5 days ago. All right. So this is going to weaken as it pushes into Wisconsin. It should continue to weaken, but the energy is going to continue to push eastward, and it slows down enough that is why East Michigan is in that risk here. This is at 8 a.m. tomorrow, according to this model here. We're seeing these storms that push across Lake Michigan. They reach land, and as that reaches land, this is 10 a.m. They're going to push east. There's noon. Here's 1 p.m. By the time they reach the east side of the state, enough instability may build in, coupled with just enough wind shear here to mention and warrant that risk of severe weather. This is one model here. This is 1 p.m. We see scattered storms across pretty much the entire state. If you back this up here, if you're in the western UP, all the way through the eastern UP, and also back here through the western lower peninsula, all the way through the eastern lower, everybody should see some type of rain or activity by the time Wednesday is said and done. But the severe risk should be contained to most of the east side here, as these storms work their way through the east side during the peak heating Any one of those storms could produce damaging winds as the main threat, as well as large hail as a secondary threat. Not seeing much of any tornado risk at this point. That could change. We'll let you guys know if it does. This is one model here. Again, looking at that closely, nothing too organized, just some pop-up showers that may be strong to severe. Now we look over here to the NAM model, to the latest 12Z guidance that's just rolling out here. Check out what this model is showing here. So we're going to move this through the time frame here. I need to go back one because this is a new model. We're going to go back to the 06Z. It came out overnight. It's a little bit more in the way of organized here for this Wednesday risk. And I'll show you guys why here. So this is 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Notice how the energy is well displaced off to the west still. If you look back at the HRRR model at 2 p.m., we had scattered showers and storms across pretty much the entire state. But this model is saying we're going to have it a little bit slower, which is a trend with the NAM3. So if that trend's slower, more instability would work in, and this model as a result is putting a decent looking line through the state here, anywhere from Lansing all the way through the east side of Michigan here. If that does happen, I mean, the damaging wind risk does go up a little bit, but overall evolution, I would lean more towards the HRRR model, the one we looked at before this, just because that has been more accurate in terms of the evolution and timing as of this point in time. So don't discredit the NAM3. The NAM3 does have a slower bias this year for some reason. But if by chance we do get that slower timing, we could see a little bit more time for instability to develop out ahead of that line, so on and so forth. That would increase the risk a little bit. So will it be upgraded? Possibly. At this point in time, I don't think it's a large enough area to warrant an upgrade. Of course, I don't make those decisions. It's SPC. But overall, we'll keep you guys updated. It does get issued at 1:30 p.m. today. I'm making this video about 10 o'clock here on Tuesday morning. So expect the update at 1:30 p.m. If there's going to be an upgrade, it could happen there, or it's going to happen overnight at 2 a.m. when they do the official new day one outlook that will come out at that point in time. But otherwise, damaging winds is your main threat. Large hail will be your secondary threat for Wednesday for that risk area in eastern Michigan. So don't discredit today, though. We could have some pop-ups across the western half of the state here, as well as a potential rogue severe storm up in the western UP. Nothing too major to get out of hand is expected today. But overall, just keep an eye on the forecast if you're outside, and definitely stay tuned to our page and your trusted weather sources for any type of severe weather here within the state of Michigan. So with that being said, we will be live if needed later on today and also tomorrow. We'll have chasers out if need be as well. With that being said, stay tuned to our live stream at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll do a briefing for Wednesday after new guidance is in. With that being said, I'm going to hop off here, enjoy my day. You guys do that as well. Stay safe, guys. We'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. on our YouTube and Facebook pages.